Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Love Travel, Live Travel. In today's show, we have a phenomenal guest. Katina from Celebrity is joining us. I cannot wait to catch up with her. Plus, we've got some news to talk about. We've got some companies closing and specific recommendations for your clients when they're traveling. So that and a whole heck of a lot more starts right now. Hiya and welcome to Love Travel, Live Travel. Why am I stumbling over that? I want to live travel and love travel.
If you love travel, you should live travel.
Yeah, travel, love, live, everything, right?
All we need is laugh travel.
Yeah, that too. Hi guys, my name is Joshua Harrell and I am one of your co-hosts, and today I have the wonderful, the incomparable Paul LaHood in the house as my co-host. Welcome, Paul. Thank you so much for joining.
Oh yeah, thank you for letting me be here. It's so much fun being on Love Travel, Live Travel, and it's a great day. And there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about this week specifically. I know that.
I'm just gonna stare at you a little bit and see how far you'll continue to talk.
I wasn't sure what you were doing. Okay.
He was like, I'm in the tractor pain. That was for Halloween. Get something else.
Still got it.
Producer Evan is behind the screen as our executive producer, and now we've officially named whoever sits in that corner is our associate producer. And that is Christopher. So Christopher is taking your spot because you normally are the associate producer.
A lot of musical chairs going on. But,
yeah.
I mean,
and
poor Jason. He doesn't have a spot at all this week.
He doesn't. But I just want to point out why Jason isn't here. He's at cheer camp. And those of you who have been watching the show for a long time understand that that is the truth. He is at cheer camp. No, he becomes the driver for cheer camp things.
So he's not a flyer.
I don't know what that means, but I'm just.
That's the person that usually is thrown into the air and kind of relies on everybody else to help them back down.
Yeah, that's not our Jason. No. But I didn't realize that having kids meant that you had to do a lot of stuff.
Ugh, whatever. No, yeah. I hope he's not listening. I hope you have a great time at cheer camp.
Yeah, hopefully he's tuning in right now, listening. But thank you guys for joining us live, or of course you could be listening to this on demand or on your favorite podcasting type station, because we're also a podcast. And so wherever you are watching us or listening to us, please like, share, subscribe, notify, all the things, right? Do all the things. So we can have a lot of people join the show each week live, and we can have lots of banter back and forth because we do have not only banter here, but banter with our members of the audience in the chat. So please drop your comments down in the chat. If this is your first time to the show, Love Travel, Live Travel is all about a show for people who have chosen, they love travel so much that they've chosen to make a living within the travel industry.
That is the best industry.
It is.
Yeah. You've
been in the industry officially a year now?
Just hitting that in April. Yeah.
In April.
It sure beats selling stop signs and concrete. I think I will continue to be in this industry now. I don't know if I want to go back to that.
Yeah. No, we're very happy to have you here. Before the show started, I think I want to say Bill, who joins us almost every week, he had recommended that we put the poll question in. That each week we start with a poll question. He said that we should put it in before the show starts so people can think about their answers.
How thoughtful, Bill. Thank you.
Yeah, how thoughtful, and thank you for that feedback. And how organized you must be, because sometimes right before the show, we're trying to figure out what the poll question is. Because I cannot say poll without thinking about strippers. I don't know why. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's a weird association. Like if you were to interview me for a job and you did a word association game, and you would be like cardboard box, and I would say tape, and then you say pole, and I'd say stripper, and that's how it goes. Yeah, that was the sign from our producer Evan that we needed to get back on track.
Yeah.
As I said in the intro, we've got a very exciting guest joining us. Someone who I think is just, I don't know, there was a Madonna song called Ray of Light, and Katina is a ray of light to me. So I am so excited to have Katina joining us. She's going to be joining us later in the show. So please stay on and listen to Paul and I have a little banter back and forth, because Katina will be well worth it. We might not be, but Katina will be.
I'm so excited to meet her.
Yeah, she's fantastic, and part of Celebrity Cruises, and they're doing some really remarkable things over there. So we'll talk to her a little bit about that, about the industry as a whole, the cruise industry as a whole. But I also want to I want to put the poll question out there. I realized I was talking about the poll question and I distracted myself. So I'm going to read the poll question again. If you were to give your clients a goodie bag before their trip, what would you include in it? And I made a little note that it doesn't have to be a physical thing. It could be advice or a magical power. Because, you know what? Some Frito-Lay is not enough. Like, I want some real deep answers here. So please answer the question of the poll, or ask your questions, share your thoughts in the comments there, and we will get to them in just a moment. I want to acknowledge the Funko Pops in the room. Did you guys notice this?
They're so cute.
So, standing in front of my bobblehead back here, we now have, look at this. This is This is a me Funko Pop, and I'm holding a little cell phone. I'm yes, buy, sell, buy. I'm doing stock market-y type
Classic,
things. Yes.
Joshua.
Yeah, classic. Hold on, I need to give you my thoughts on that, so I have to take my glasses off for that.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, you're sweating. You're like, but now let's read your documentation on this. Okay. I'm messing them up a little bit. There you go. So that can be another poll question. Does this look like me? Yeah? Maybe? All right. And then you've got, go ahead.
I've got the wonderful Jason, who is, as we said, out cheering. And I think it's pretty good setup. I think he looks pretty handsome. And the doll definitely carries a good bit of that, too. Definitely interesting on...
I got what you did there. That was funny.
Yeah. Well, it's a really neat... So, yeah, these are actually Funko Pop branded. So, maybe you can find these online and start collecting, too. No, you'd have to get them custom made.
Yeah, custom. No.
But check them out.
But if we need holiday gifts for suppliers, I think you could end up with a Jason or a Joshua.
Collect them all.
Yeah. Hi, what do you think about this? Oh, I think this. I just like that he's wearing a black sweatshirt. Because if you know Jason, you notice that he wears a black sweater a lot. It's not the same one, guys. The trick is he bought a bunch and he's like, this is my thing. It makes it very easy to make choices.
Yeah.
To get ready.
And it definitely bounces out. You bring all the color, the enthusiasm, and Jason wears black.
He's enthusiastic. He's enthusiastic.
Does. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He does wear a lot of black.
He does wear a lot of black. All right. So let's talk about a little bit about the news. So American Queen Voyages We talked about this a couple weeks ago, but they're an operator of U.S. river cruises. They ceased operations officially on February 20th. According to a company statement sent to employees and the voice message when calling the company's phone number, the voice message says, American Queen Voyages has made the difficult decision to shut down and all future cruises have been canceled. Guests and customers should expect to be fully refunded for canceled cruises. So that's sad news. Nobody, I mean, especially if you are an entrepreneur out there, nobody wants to shut down business. And we've had many members and clients travel with American Queen and have fantastic experiences. We have seen this before. We saw it with Crystal Cruises. Right. It took them several years of stuff, and they're back.
They're back.
So, don't count them out, but it does, to take a moment and really think about it. Most businesses don't make it past 2 years. I'm not talking about American Queen. I'm now talking about small businesses. It takes a lot to stay in the game. And for those of you out there who are running, you're building or you're growing your travel business, Paul and I just want to we're sending energy your way. Because we know it's a lot of work, and we want you to succeed and not have to make that difficult decision to close down. So, yeah.
Yeah, we want to support you the best we can. And thanks for tuning in. Because we have a lot of fun tips here.
Yes, lots of tips. But this story came up, and it's kind of in the realm of, I don't know if it's really considered the multiverse. Is it considered the multiverse, like, when it's not just about your universe?
Well, this is the center of my world, so I think anything outside of this is pretty much astronomically far away from me, so yeah.
Okay. So do you want to talk about a bit of news from Delta about the solar eclipse?
Oh, yeah, this should be fun. So there is a solar eclipse happening, and it is going to be taking place on, that is the April 8th. And Delta thinks that they're going to make a couple flights that go during that eclipse into the path of totality. And that means they're going to stay in the air for as long as they can inside the direct line of the eclipse. So if you're able to get a spot on Delta Flight 1218, and this is going from Austin, Texas to Detroit, as well as some other flights, but this one will be the most in the spotlight. You can see the eclipse up close, and I'm sure they'll have those safe glasses because you don't want to look directly at an eclipse. It's pretty dangerous. But yeah, if you're in Texas and you want some Detroit-style pizza and you want to look at some beautiful sun or lack of sun during the eclipse, definitely check out the Delta Airlines flights. Have you ever seen an eclipse in real life?
I have, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I've been on the planet for a good bit, so I have seen
I like
it.
that about you.
Yeah. But you and I were talking about one that happened, what was it, 2017, 2018, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's the first time I remember really like paying attention to like this is going to happen at this time. And I walked outside and I was like, this is any other sunny day.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, the shadow of my crepe myrtle tree started to do this weird dancing thing. And then when I looked up, just not up in the sun, it gave me like an Instagram filter. It felt very weird.
Very sepia.
Yes, it did. It did. And so I don't know. You have to be committed if you're getting on a flight for this.
Yeah.
But how many people can say that they've ever done that? I mean, bragging rights alone.
It's really cool. It's a 4-hour flight, and I can imagine a bunch of that's going to be in the direct zone. The flight captain go, all right, left side, you've had enough view, and then and now the right side gets to look straight up and at the sun.
So just so you know, Paul, when the plane makes a sound, that's not good. I would ring the flight attendant call button as soon as possible.
That's when the flight gets fun.
Maybe. All right, let's go over to the chat and see if anybody has answered our question about if you were to give your clients a goodie bag before their trip, what would you include in it? And it doesn't have to be a physical thing like a Jason Block Funko Pop. It can be advice or a magical power. And it looks like Angela Larson has chimed in from Storybook Trip. She says, well, the magical part would be have a fantastic trip without problems and come back and tell all their friends about my services. The reality is, if I do anything, it is intrinsic value. Okay.
That is very nice.
It's a very complex or complete thought there. We appreciate you, Angela, for that one. Lisa said, happy Friday from Amber Cove. Lisa's on a bit of a cruise right now.
Oh.
So, yeah, she joined us on the Spark Society call earlier this week. They're on an island.
Yeah.
Wind blowing through her hair. I hope you're having a great time. Angela said, I love seeing Paul.
Oh, stop. I love seeing you too when you comment. I just see the Storybook Trips icon, but I think of you. Thank you. Also say you love seeing Joshua too, or I might not get to come back.
When did I lose my mojo? I've lost my mojo.
You got tons of mojo.
No,
your mojo overflowed.
Everywhere I go, it's like, oh, is Paul coming? Where's Paul? Where's Paul? And I'm like, he's not here. Anyway, all right. World Via Chris said, hello everyone, happy Friday. World Via Chris over there in the associate producer's chair. Erica World Via. Could we get Erica to change hers to World Via Erica? I just feel like Erica World Via. I don't know. But maybe she's trying to be like, hi, I'm Erica.
Putting your name first?
Yeah.
Think you're better than me?
So then alphabetically she comes first. I don't know.
That's
maybe.
Smarter.
She said, happy Friday, travel team. Attitudes and Latitudes Travel said, I put towel bands, lanyards, branded tumblers, clear luggage tag holders. I put towel bands.
So is that, you think it's when you're carrying your towel to the beach, you wrap it up like a sleeping bag?
Or like a yoga mat.
Like a yoga mat too.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
I would love one of
Very,
those.
very cool. And she also says, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Karen said, happy Friday, everyone. She said, yes, please, LOL. We don't know, because I'm reading it. I wasn't reading it in real time. We don't know what Karen was
Yes, you
referring
may.
to. Yes, please. I don't know. Maybe it was the Funko Pop.
Oh,
I don't know.
Collect them all.
I don't know. So follow the second star. My goodie bag would include Hooked on Phonics. Sorry, a little salty today. So Hooked on Phonics, when I was younger, was you could order it as a way to learn how to, as a kid, to learn how to read.
Oh.
So I'm feeling if she's
a little salty.
If our second star is a little salty, I'm thinking maybe somebody hasn't read some of the details of their trips.
Terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good answer.
All right. So World Via Chris, the power to fly so that they can save on airfare.
That's super smart.
That's our Chris. Always very value-minded.
Very economical.
Very, yes. Very. I think he has at the supermarket. He's got one of those things that you hook on the trolley, where you organize your coupons, and then he pulls it.
He's the worst person to get behind in line.
Yeah, he's like, You scanned that too many times. Plus, I have these coupons.
That said 270, not 272. Can you re-ring that?
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
We're just joking. No, he said he's shaking his head. No, that is actually how he operates. Ron said nylon backpack, lanyard, clear cabin card holder for the lanyard, and my business card. So
Nice.
Ron, I'm gonna give you. We need a points sound. Like I want to give you points because most of the time, so. You're on a cruise. You got your lanyard. You got your pass that gets you unlocks the door.
Room.
But if you put my business card on the back side, then you get to think about me the entire time you're on your cruise.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, name recognition.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then if I meet you in the lounge, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just on a cruise or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I go on lots of cruises. And you were like, why do you do that? And I was like, well, because I've got an amazing travel professional that helps me out. And right here, you want to take a picture of his business card.
Yeah, or you're talking about the amazing deal you got, and the person you're talking to goes, I didn't get nearly a good deal.
Oh, yeah, you went there, didn't you? Yeah, you went there. It was... Now the entire trip is going to be like, I didn't get the deal that the guy at the bar got.
Oh, yeah.
That would ruin me.
Oh.
I'd be so mad.
It'd definitely spoil my night a little bit.
Hello. You'd find your fun. You'd find your fun.
I'm positive.
I gotcha. Getaway by TJB said, Happy Friday, all. And Angela said, Funko Pops, it could be a new Questy award.
Oh, yeah.
So at World Via Travel Quest, we do our annual awards are called the Questies. And they're based on different categories around sales, around marketing, around community engagement. And so I think Angela's suggesting that instead of giving like a crystal award that shimmers and shines, she would be just as happy with my Funko Pop. I think that's what she said, or that's what I'm inferring.
They made a lot of trophies off that one guy named Oscar, so maybe these could be like the Joshuas or the Jasons.
I like where you're going. I like where you're going. I'm still getting used to mine. I think, like, when you compare him to him, I'm like, I don't know.
It's like, don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Yes. Let's go.
You're
never coming. You're never coming back to this camp again. We're gonna leave. Okay.
Animation versus live action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty soon
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Pretty soon we're gonna get puppets, and we've already learned that World Via Chris does not like puppets, so that'll be an interesting thing to discover. All right, these need to go away. All right, so Bill, who joins us almost every week, he said today is curling is cool day. If you were to become an Olympian, what would your sport be? Now, I don't know what curling is. I've just heard the term. What is it?
Really?
Yeah.
Curling. So that's.
You have
No, not curling your hair.
No, that's when it's like ice skating, but you're launching. It's like shuffleboard.
Yeah.
But you launch a big stone rock across the ice, and you try to get it to land on this bullseye while also maybe hitting other people. It's very slow paced. And that's why they must have tried to make a holiday around it, because not many people think it's cool. It's kind of people make jokes about it. I'm not trying to be mean, but people do make jokes about curling. And if you could do any sport, not curling, because you clearly are just learning about it in the Olympics, what would you pick?
What would I pick, or what could I do?
What would you love to be the best in?
I would love to be the best at the thing where there's a bar up here and a bar up here, and you get up and you do these like the spins, and then your belly hits here and you flip around here, and then you always put the powder on your hands, whatever that is called with the uneven bars. That's what I would want to do.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
want to land the mount.
Well,
Or
yeah,
stick
you
the
wanna do
mount.
it.
Stick the landing.
like that Simone Biles. Yeah.
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 What about you?
I think I don't know. It seems like it would be fun to do judo or some sort of martial art in the Olympics. Yeah, although you have to get beat up for a living, so I don't know. Maybe just running.
Yeah. I tried judo to take judo lessons.
Oh, really?
And there are a lot of smells that are associated with it, so I'm
That's a
just
good
going to
point.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I don't catch that on the TV. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Maybe for some people. Yeah, I'm pretty sensitive to stink.
Yeah. Well, I was like, this is way too intimate, and it's smelling.
Intimate, yeah.
I'm not into this. But, Bill, earlier today, in a team meeting, someone tried to beat you to the National Day.
Ooh.
And we found out that today is also National Boots Day.
Is it really?
Isn't it?
That is so coincidental.
It is, okay. Because, do you want to show everybody?
Oh, I'm the one who did that. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just copped these bad boys at the. Wait, I can't get that angle. I copped these bad boys at the old thrift store, and I am totally a boot person now. I don't even. Not that I. Well, the fact that I have trouble taking them off is one thing, but I think I'm gonna wear these a lot. These are awesome.
You wear it well, and I just found it interesting that we have another Paul
Yes.
who works with us.
Paul number 1.
And he knew it was Boots Day too, and he went up to you with Spurs.
He brought the Spurs. I heard him coming from a mile away. It was
Yeah.
like a pocket full of change. You
Really?
know, there's a fistful of dollars and then there's a pocket full of change. And he came over like the cowboy he was. And yeah, he definitely had a foot up on me on that day, or a leg up on me. And
I love it.
it was good.
What I
Boots.
love the most about doing a show with you is listening to our Christopher respond to you and some of your jokes. It brings me great joy.
That's what I'm saying, guys. Definitely say
Yeah.
hi to Joshua. Tell him he's doing a good job too. Even though he knows it, you
Yeah.
can always just say it.
Let's see. Hold on one second. What is this here? Bill said on my comment about Erica World Via and telling her she should change to World Via Erica. And the reason why I think so is because it's the world via Erica, right?
Oh.
It's the world via Chris.
Mhm.
So that's why I think of it that way. That makes sense to me.
That makes sense.
But then Bill has just, touche, Bill. He said World Via is her family name. It makes sense to me that it comes at the end.
Oh, Bill.
Bill,
You just have such a
I
way
love
with
ya.
words.
Yeah, and Erica is agreeing with that. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say what Karen was saying. Move on from, but she was saying please move on from my poll conversation. So I appreciate that. And Bill said what I was talking about was the uneven bars, which that makes
Oh.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Angela said curling is shuffleboard on ice.
Yeah.
And Terry said curling is way too intense for him. And
Does seem hard.
then Bill had to get in an extra little bit. He said Boots Day is April 13th, not today. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your turf here, but I just wanted to wear my cool boots to work.
I love it. All right. Well, please, if you please chat with us in the comment section of our YouTube channel. And if you are just joining us, the poll question for this week is: if you were to give your clients a goodie bag before their trip, and what would you include in it? And it doesn't have to be a physical thing. It could be advice or a magical power or a unicorn.
Could be.
Like, I'm just saying, if you were to go on a 3-day Bahama cruise, and when you opened up your goodie bag, you had a magical baby unicorn, I don't know. that's a level.
I'd definitely
that-
refer from that. I think you'd earn some referrals from that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Least
So
good.
something else in the news. I love that producer Evan keeps us on the cutting edge of what's going on in the industry. But he calls out an article that was in the New York Times, and the tipping point for air travel biometrics could come in 2024. And so just so we're biometrics, it's the measurement calculation of the face, like the different peaks and points and things like that. We all, just like a thumbprint or fingerprint, we all have a very different biometrical makeup. And the only reason why I'm speaking so intelligently about this is because I watch a lot of spy and British crime TV, and they're constantly watching CCTV and checking for the biometrics for criminals. So thank you, PBS, for keeping me in the know on things.
Peter Capaldi,
And there's what's the name of that show?
Criminal Record.
There's a new show that Evan and I have been watching called Criminal Record on Apple, and it's very good if you like that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, so just some of the details around this story. Experimental programs are underway in airports around the country. We live in Atlanta, flying Delta through Atlanta. Delta has digital ID, allows pre-check members to scan their faces instead of boarding passes and IDs at 5 airports.
Wow. Have you ever tried that?
Well, I have done it, but I also have my Clear membership. But the thing is it's not that hard for me to scan my boarding pass. So, I mean, my ID, that makes sense to me, but my boarding pass is not. I mean, it has to be more about the security of, yes, your ID could look like you,
Right.
but Christopher could be using your ID, and it just maybe you grew a beard.
Yeah.
And when you had your ID done.
We're both very handsome. I think that might be our biggest trait in common.
Jeez.
But
handle
it doesn't
it.
clear. Is that one does your retinas, right? Is that one the one that where you look directly into the camera and it takes a picture of your eyes?
Clear does.
Clear
Clear will
does.
do that, and they'll also do your fingers.
Oh.
But the main one is this. That way you're not having to dirty up your fingers. But the digital ID is just doing your whole face.
Oh, okay.
Just like a little camera scanning
good.
your face. Let's see. United Airlines lets pre-check travelers use their faces to check bags at select airports. So here's my 8 bags. Scan my face. I don't know.
When the flight crew takes the bags off the plane and they see your face, they're gonna know it's this guy again.
Yep. There's some kind of secret code. Like when they scan it through the machine, it puts a picture of
The person next to it.
I'm imagining that's how it does.
Yeah.
And maybe this could be just a lot of fun with airline executives. Like they just like to, we know what the person in 12D on flight 1218, what they look like because we scan their face.
That could be a lot safer. That
Yeah.
seems like it's kind of interesting to go
Interesting.
into.
Let's see. American airline flyers can get into the airline's Dallas Airport lounge with just their faces. Again, that's another thing that I don't know that it makes a difference that you would scan my face to get in. I mean, here's my boarding pass.
Right. I've
Or
already
here's
got
my
my
app.
ID.
Yeah.
I take my ID everywhere I go. I can just give you that. And
So not sure, but so with TSA facial screening verification already used in approximately 30 airports and expanding to 400 plus more in the coming years, biometric tech looks like it's here to stay. So what do you guys think about that? I know I have no problem. I'm going to be one of those people that gets into some sort of trouble somehow. Because if it says, oh, do you want to use your face to, log into this app? I'm saying yes. I don't know I'm probably agreeing to something I really don't want to agree to.
That's how I feel. But the people I travel with and my family, they
Yeah.
are very against once it gets to facial recognition, and they don't allow it on their phones. So
Interesting.
since I travel with them, I'm not going to ditch someone to get, oh, I'll meet you in the flight lounge. You have a good time in general boarding or something like that. But I think since I've got to hang out with them, I'll just, I'll skip this trend. But I'll catch you on the next advancement in travel technology.
Very interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so opposing side to that. All right, let's see here. Bill has asked that you wear your boots for April 13th.
Okay, I'll have to
Okay.
come back. Is that a Friday? I don't know. I don't know why I asked you that. Like you're a calendar.
Yeah, like I'm not a calendar, but I play one on TV. I know that my birthday is April 16th.
Oh, okay. Now we cannot forget that. Everybody in the room, we've heard it.
Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. How do I get rid of that? Let's see. Bill said, I just flew and had the Face ID in both Logan and DFW when I went through TSA.
Wow.
And then Bill said, if you take a photo with your phone, your face is already out there. Difference using, what's the difference in using facial recognition?
I know that. I know that. And listen, I'm all cool with facial recognition. I don't know. It's just
It's
just
not an
awkward to agree to
argument.
it.
It's not an argument you can win within your family.
You're
and
either
friends.
comfortable with it or you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I appreciate that, Bill. I'm with you.
Bill, thank you so much. We do love that you the way you contribute to the show.
It's like he's here.
So I know we keep like showing things and doing show and tell, and it really isn't show and tell. But as you guys may recall, I have an affinity. As I've traveled, a lot of times I've traveled by myself. And I love wandering around different communities, and I am obsessed with door knockers, okay? And that's because in some countries, the facade of the building is very neutral. And maybe there's some kind of code, like you can't paint, it's the heritage of whatever historical heritage. But they'll get jiggy with a doorknob, a door knocker. And the last time I was in England, I went to Windsor, and I just walked down the side street, and every home looked like nobody lived there. It was just so quiet. But these door knockers were just fantastic. So I have made it, again, I have said this before, I'm not a collector, but here in 2024, 2023, I've started to collect things. And the newest thing that I've started to collect are door knockers. So I would ask, I know sometimes we ask for, hey, we haven't had any postcards. Can you put up, just remind everybody, hey, if you're traveling, send us postcards for our wall. We've got some information Evan's going to put on the screen, or not. Yeah. There's a little sound effect. It sounds like the 1970s. But if you are traveling anywhere, send us a postcard. Let's go old school. Send it to the show. And we have learned, when we were in Italy, it took about 3 months for postcards to get here. But right behind me, you can see postcards from some of our audience members and their travels. Very, very happy when those come in.
Yeah.
But they come in spurts. So please, if you're traveling, send us a postcard. But you don't have to send us any knockers because I'm collecting them. But I'm just saying, if you are somewhere and you see a fantastic door knocker, please send it our way.
Oh, yeah.
But I do have one that I'm going to share with you. This is my newest one. It is the Green Man. And look at that door knocker there. Oops, sorry. He's a little angry. I don't know. He's almost saying, I dare you to knock on this door.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, like Treebeard, very in thought.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, what's behind this door is something you might not be prepared for.
It's none of your business.
Yeah, stay away.
Girl Scouts, keep walking.
Yeah, you're. Oh my goodness. I am so glad you brought up the Girl Scout cookie situation because I watched y'all's show last week. And what is this cookie that you're talking about? A tag-along?
Yeah.
What kind of grossness is that? I am a thin mint person. Why are there any other types? And yes, put it in the freezer.
Yeah, they are good. I give them the respect they deserve. They're very good, but there's more in life than just Thin Mints. I mean, if I want a Thin Mint, I'll just go brush my teeth.
I can't even talk to you now.
I'm just throwing shade. Oh,
yeah, I can't even talk to you if you think that. What? Oh, I just couldn't even. As I was watching that, I was disgusted.
It's like
I was
a Reese's cup with
yeah,
cookie.
but you and Jason both
Yeah.
like this tag-along. It's
We shared a high
tag-along,
five
right?
about it. Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Oh. Anyway, well, I'm glad that we don't. I'm glad that we don't have to just talk to ourselves anymore because I did hear the little ringy-dingy in my ear that said that our guest that we're so excited to have is standing by. So I'd like to, especially if you have not met her before, I would like to introduce you to our friend Katina from Celebrity. Katina, are you there?
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
I love it. Okay, so Katina is joining us a little bit later than normal, but I texted her yesterday and I said, "Can you join the show? We need you on at 4:30." And she said, "Is it a hard 4:30?" And I was like, "Okay, I think we can make an adjustment." Katina, it is so good to see you. Thank you for joining us and just it's so good to see your face.
It's awesome to see your face. I have been cracking up, and now you've made me hungry, and I'm going to go to Publix and find some Girl Scouts so I can buy some cookies.
Yes, but Katina, which ones are you buying?
So I have to tell you, I'm in Jason's camp, and I'm really sorry.
Thank you.
What? What?
I'm sorry.
What is
They're
wrong
really
with you
good.
people?
No.
They're good.
Yeah, they are good. They are good. Frozen. I agree with the frozen. I agree. But I'm not a Thin Mint gal.
Well,
I'm a thin gal, but we'll stop there.
That's not this show. That's we have another show that we're all working together on our living our best lives, and we're right now it's love travel live travel. That's where we're at.
You know what? I'm loving every moment of traveling and enjoying the experiences and the food and the cultures and the drinks. So I'm living it. I'm living it.
You absolutely are. So Katina, first off, I just wanted for those who don't know you, you didn't just like pop, you didn't just like fall from the sky like a solar eclipse or a comet. Like you've been in the industry for a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Yeah, so I've been in cruise for 25 years. Hard to believe it, honestly. And I got into it thinking that it was going to just be kind of a sidestep for a quick, hot second. I had lived in the event space for a really long time doing large-scale events. And I thought, it'll just be something super quick until I transition into my next event gig. And I've never left. It's been 25 years, and it's the most tremendous industry ever. I love traveling. I love cruising. I love everything about it. I love working with our partners. I've had the pleasure of working for contemporary, premium, and luxury lines, and I'm really thankful that I have found my home with Celebrity. And so for that, I'm grateful, and I got to meet you here, so it's like a double whammy.
Yeah, so for those of you who have watched the show for a little while, I think it was in the fall, end of summer last year, I got to meet Katina for the first time at an event.
Nashville.
No. Well, that might have been the first time we met, but the first time we really got to talk was in Coral Gables
With the birdcage, yes.
with the bird cage.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wasn't able to be at, it was like the first weekly chatter show. That was what the name of our show was before it became Love Travel, Live Travel. And it made me nervous what you guys were going to do while I was away. And
True story.
I reached out, Katina was in the room, and I said, can you please, like, can we shoot something just so I can send it over so I can still be a part of the show? And we found they have these at the Biltmore in Coral Gables. They have these beautiful Victorian style dark wood bird cages. And we just shot a little video there, sent it in. It did air. And the moment it aired, all of the power went out in the building.
So we broke the internet.
Yeah.
You know what, Joshua?
What?
That's the story that I'm going with. You and I broke the internet.
Yeah. That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. Yeah. That's so you may have seen our video together, but again, just so glad that you've joined us in our new show, Love Travel, Live Travel. And this, if you guys are just tuning in, our show is all about those of you who love travel so much that you've chosen to make it, make a living out of it, to live travel. And Katina, obviously, she thought she was just making a little stopover. It was a flying visit to get back to events. And now it's been a little while you've been here.
Yeah, 25 years, and I'm loving it. I love everything about it. The people in the industry, the opportunity to visit different places and learn new things. I feel, I'm a mom to 2 kids, 17 and 14, and I feel like this immense responsibility and obligation to take them to new places so that they can learn and immerse themselves in understanding different people and different cultures and different foods. So it's traveling should be a job. It's pretty enlightening and amazing.
It is. So I love, in a way, I'm going to take that as a little bit of advice that I'm going to make sure that I share with our Jason, because he is always traveling to cheer camps, and I think that there's more to the world than cheer camps.
Jason, we'll have to talk offline, because in my event world, you're gonna laugh. Those are the events that I ran.
Oh, you're kidding! You're kidding. No, so for years now, he'll miss a show and he'll tell me, I've got cheer camp, and I'm like, what is this cheer camp thing? It's like there's something always going on, right? And but he is a very well-traveled person, and he's also made sure his daughters have gotten around the world. I just like to give him a hard time, because the idea of him being at cheer camp right now is killing me. But at least I get our Paul. And our Paul is pretty fabulous. I mean, he's got boots. I don't know that Katina got to see your boots.
Here, let me get.
I did not get to see them.
Yeah. So that's a thrift store pickup.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, a thrift store pickup.
I
Very
know,
nice.
my size.
Yeah.
Didn't take them off. I wore them out the store because I couldn't get them off. But that's how you know they fit well.
You're not kidding.
So, Katina, one of the things I wanted to ask you while we had you is, you're with celebrity, but cruising is it is on fire. Like, there is no stopping. Like, there's nothing's gonna stop us now. It's like you couldn't cruise for a very long time, and now ships are just dropping in the water left and right. Everybody's got a new ship. The ships are selling out. Even travelers, especially those newer to cruise, don't understand why you can't just like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna pop on a cruise next weekend. From your point of view, what's going on in the industry? Why is cruising accelerating the way it is?
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic, actually. But my opinion is that since the incident that we all want to forget, there has been such the value message to drive home about people wanting to travel and travel well, quite frankly. And the message and value, quite frankly, of cruise over land is really, really tremendous. And so I'm not suggesting at all that it will ever replace land, nor should it. The idea is that it becomes an incremental opportunity for people to experience places in the world that they may not be able to get to otherwise, and for a tremendous value, so that they can bring their family and extended family and create memories in places they never thought that they could get to or experience. So it's an amazing way to travel. You get to see multiple destinations at once. You unpack once, inclusive food, great entertainment, great beverages, and you also get to test places. There are places I've been on a cruise that I said, I don't know that I'd come back here for 3 or 4 nights. Where on a land vacation, you book going, I'm going to spend 4 or 5 nights, and I know I'm going to love it. And sometimes you don't always. So It's a great test for new places as well.
I like that. It is a great sampler board. It
Yeah.
is like the tour of Italy. You can figure out which. Do you want the lasagna more, or what do you want out of that? But that's a good one. And I was on a cruise recently where it was my first time going to Malta, and I am very bad about not researching where I'm going. And I was like, I don't even know if I want to get off the ship. Like, I'll just stay on and do stuff. And hello, Malta is a
It's
phenomenal.
tremendous.
Yeah, it is. And everybody that I've said that to, they're like, you are so foolish. Like, that is, it's amazing. It really is way more than I expected. But you're right.
I'll tell you
it's
another
the same
place
way.
that's like that is
What?
Slovenia. I had no idea. Did somebody else like Slovenia too?
So producer Evan he puts together our stories each week and he has been banging on about Slovenia. Do we want to talk about it because everybody's talking
It's
about it?
amazing. It is amazing. And similarly, I didn't even book a tour before I got on the ship. I thought that I wasn't going to do anything. Maybe I'll just walk around and just look at a couple of shops. It was magical. The underground caves and the castles and the people, it was tremendous.
All right. Well, you guys heard it first from Katina here. I mean, and you've absolutely made producer Evan's world because we're like, we're not going to go there. We're not talking about that. Let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Biometrics. We're going to talk about biometrics. So you just absolutely made his day. So, Katina, something that we like to do with our guests on the show. And it looks like somebody's trying to get your attention, so we're gonna get rid of you really soon. But here's the question: all your bags are lost. Okay, you checked your bags, and all your bags have been lost by the airline, not the cruise ship. Okay.
Never.
No, yeah, right. But one item magically appears. What is that one item that you want to magically appear?
I gotta tell you, everything is replaceable.
That was
As
deep.
long as
That was very deep.
no, but honestly, like the important things are with me, and what I really mean by that is like who I'm with. So for me, I honestly, would I be sad about stuff? Of course, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're not really ever traveling with stuff that's like, something that my grandmother it was passed down my grandmother's family for years and years and years. You're not really traveling that way.
I could always use a curling iron, but everything is replaceable, Joshua.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm like, in the moment and I have my favorite people near and around me, I'm good. Take my bags.
All right. Well,
I'll need to borrow some clothes though, because that might not be good.
But you know what? You can do a lot with the sheets from your cabin. I'm just saying. Like, I mean, I feel like it could be a make it work moment. So I don't know. Let's maybe workshop that out a little bit, and that could be something we do at the next Travel Leaders Edge conference. I don't know. All right, listen. Katina, you are one of our favorite people, and I just want to thank you again for taking the call and joining us on this episode of Love Travel, Live Travel. You are such a joy, and I don't know if you heard me earlier, but there's an older Madonna song called Ray of Light, and when I think of you, I think of that song. Now, if the lyrics say something else, I don't know, but I'm just saying... Ray of Light is you. So listen, take care of yourself, and we will talk to you real soon. Have a great weekend, okay?
Adore you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Keep traveling, everybody. Keep going. Keep going. Bye.
Going. Bye. Oh, I just adore her. And we did a whole video in front of birds.
Yeah.
Like, there were real birds in there. It wasn't a fake thing.
No, I think you could hear them.
Yeah, it was... I think back in the day when that hotel was built, that was to have that kind of collection of birds, in your lobby. That was fancy. Now today, I feel like Evan probably watches shows about hotels like that, where there's like killer birds inside there and ghost birds.
Every time I go to the airport, I see a bird in there. So it must not be that hard to get birds if they can't get rid of them. Same with Home Depot.
That's exactly where I thought you were going with it there. Wow. All right, and on that note, let's go over to the chat before it's time to say goodbye. And, if you guys want to encourage Paul's humor, go ahead. Let's see. So Follow the Second Star said, love that philosophy. The best gift to give your kids, travel. And then Follow the Second Star also said, the entire Eastern Europe bloc is my favorite. Serbia, Bulgaria, Romania, all of it. And Follow the Second Star is someone who has very discerning tastes. And I would trust her advice. So even though she said she was a little salty earlier in the show, I'm very, very happy that you jumped in. But it is funny. I was not making this up. There has been such a rise in interest in Slovenia, and Evan has wanted to talk about it. We're like, no, let's talk about biometrics, So he immediately lit up the way that Katina did. So anyway, I'm very, very excited for that. So what are you going to do this weekend?
I'm gonna look up what Slovenia is. I wrote that down on my notes. I really could not tell you what the heck that is or where it is. So that sounds beautiful. I can't wait to see it online.
Yeah.
And then this weekend, weather's getting warmer. Might go for a walk outside. What about you?
I feel like my collection of Disney castles needs some sorting out. I have to build a shelf for them so they can be displayed. So I'm going to work on that.
I can help you.
So a little DIY work, and then maybe a little walk outside. So
nice.
Yeah, we'll make it work. So anyway, well, guys, thank you for joining us for another Love Travel, Live Travel. Like I said at the beginning of the show, please, wherever you're watching us or listening to us, if you could like it, love it, share it, subscribe to it, turn on notifications. Please, we want you to know when the show is live. We love it when you get to join us live. You guys make the show, and it's just also an awesome way to round out the week. I'd like to thank my co-host, Paul LaHood. Thank you for being here. You bring a lot of joy and a lot of entertainment to the show, so I greatly appreciate you.
Oh, maybe I'll see you guys next week. But Jason, please come back soon.
Please come back soon.
Burning a hole in your seat here.
Yeah. I'd also like to give a big shout out to producer Christopher, who is sitting in the corner. Thank you for your help. And there is no one does it better. Our producer, Evan, thank you for being behind the turntables. Maybe a little bit. Thank you for everything that you do to put the show together. Until next time, guys, take care of yourself so we can take care of each other. See you next week, 4 p.m. Eastern, if you want to join us live, or you can always watch us on demand. See you soon. Bye.